Welcome back, everybody. My name's Tommy McCarthy, and this is Let's Talk Cyber. Well, what can I say about the two characters sitting in front of me? Some might say they're gruesome twosome. I disagree. It is George and Caesar from the Big Apple. None other than New York City. Gentlemen, welcome to Let's Talk Cyber.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Great. Wonderful, guys. Listen, it's an amazing story you fellas are bringing to the table. I'm so excited. I'm actually pumped. And I wasn't even in the gym this morning, but I'm pumped, let me tell you. George, tell us a little bit about yourself, and when you finished, Caesar, give us a snapshot also.
My name is George Karafotis. I'm originally from Thessaloniki, Greece. I was born there, grew up there. I started my career as a professional guitar player. So I toured a couple, yes, I toured a few times. I played a lot of shows. I met great people, and at the same time, when I was in the tour buses, I was making sure I was studying as well, because I fell in love with marketing from a very young age, and I decided to pursue that and go study for marketing, and it ended up being an amazing blessing and a great opportunity for me to be able to do that, first for my bands and then for the rest of the world, and really bring something fresh to the table. That it comes from a different creative standpoint first. It's a different angle that we approach marketing because of that. So, yes.
This is the ultimate story now. And Caesar, come on. Hail Caesar. Tell us all about it, Caesar.
Tommy, it's funny. So my background, are you ready for this? I'm actually a retired New York City police officer.
Oh,
and I did a little over 17 years with the New York City Police Department, and it was a fun ride. I missed the clowns, but definitely not the circus, if you know what I mean. So it was a fun ride. And this job, well, this business, the marketing business, has offered me an opportunity to retire from there early and be able to now help people in a very different capacity, helping businesses grow, scale, and cut through the noise in the marketplace, right? And George and I are so keen and in tune with bringing a whole different approach to the market. So I literally, I founded Silver Spoon Agency, right? And then I met George through some avenues with masterminding and different things like that. And that's how we partnered up. And it's been history ever since. One of the greatest partnerships that should go in the history books, in my opinion, because this guy is just incredible. He's a wealth of knowledge and a powerhouse marketer. So that connection there alone was amazing. But Caesar, I built this from the police car. In my police car on a computer. This is where it started.
In a police car, in a tour bus, out of nowhere, and then in a little apartment in Greece, talking to each other, figuring out everything. Crazy story, man. Crazy.
This is the story that legends are made of. But let me tell you, before we get into it, who benches the most? Come on, who benches the most, guys?
Ooh.
Let's hear it.
No, I think we're about the same, I would say.
That would be me. Don't get too excited.
He might have like a kilo or something.
No, I might not, right? I don't know.
Okay, but we're going to take a deep dive into the future of technology, looking at security at scale. Growth architects of a digital elite. Tell me what you mean by you're the growth architects of a digital elite. Before we even get into our Q&A, what do you mean by that phrase?
That's more of so the difference between just traditional marketing and what we do is that we step in and we build the entire system. And we called ourselves like that. And of course we have other, names like the marketing titans and stuff like that. The reason we do that is because we want to position ourselves differently from the rest of the market, because we do something different. We're going to provide an entire system. We're going to think about everything from the offer. So from conception to completion, we're going to follow through, and we're going to help out our clients design the flow, the customer journey, the offer, all the touch points, break it down to phases, and understand which marketing angles we have to approach in order to make this campaign successful. Because it's not only about building something. We base everything in two to three core pillars that we have. So we use speed, because we want speed of execution. We're really big on psychology, consumer psychology, and the cognitive biases. We really use them in our funnels, in our advertising tactics, and in our banners and ad copies. And then the third one is predictability as well. We want to make sure we build a predictable system and formula that works.
Caesar, that's quite a testament for somebody to say that you guys are the growth engineers of the digital elite. What's your core philosophy behind the way you run the agency and how you've come to rise to such a great, I mean, it's an amazing story, how quickly you guys have risen to the top. What's the philosophy behind your concept?
Just like any engineer, right? They're very knowledgeable. They understand the intricacies of how to create, right? When they have to build something, if it's not engineered properly, if you engineer a roadway the wrong way, you're going to have nothing but accidents and death, right?
Yeah.
So we approach that with a similar approach. We want to make sure when we're engineering and structuring a marketing plan from conception to completion, that all of the key components are there, hitting on the cognitive biases, touching on the customer avatars, pain points. All of these things are super important when it comes to a comprehensive marketing plan. So taking that approach, attacking it with speed, getting it to market, and using our strategy with our proprietary secret sauce, let's call it. That's where we cut through the noise. Because it's not about being the loudest; it's about being the smartest and really cutting through.
You don't just talk about leads or funnels, but you talk about engineering. You offer ecosystems power, for behavioral science. What's the power behind the behavioral science? It's quite interesting, actually. You're not the most conventional, typical ad agency. You're much more than that. So, can you expand on that for me, George?
Yes, of course. We have a thing that we have a model that's like the anti-agency model. So basically, what that means, like you said, is unconventional. We think different. It's basically what we built is like we built like offer ecosystems, which means like when we do something, we do that from like we create conversion frameworks, and then based on that, we're gonna use that framework to go to market with a client. But that has a structure, and it's very different from anything else that people usually do. Everybody's gonna just go. Sign a client, they look on the basics, they're going to do the awareness hooks and a couple things there, and they stop. Because sometimes, the client comes back to you and they're going to start the conversation. Oh, I don't need everything, because they're trying to bargain the price and stuff like that. But they have to understand, you get a system, you make it predictable, you no longer care about the price. You care about how much money you can put back in so you can get massive returns. So we have 4 different pillars on this one as well. The awareness hooks. We're going to move to the soft entry lead capture, which is going to be something that would do like a micro commitment, something that we want to give something back, because we really believe in reciprocity. For like one of the first cognitive biases that we use there, we want to really bombard them and give a lot of value so people understand that gives you a lot of trust stacking elements, because it's fast, gives you a lot of social proof. They understand you position yourself as the go-to for this market, and then you have to make it frictionless. You have to make the great offers, which means you do a lot of research, and you need to back this up with data. Like what we do, the biggest difference is that we analyze everything. We're gonna go to a website. We're gonna install our own Power Pixels. We use AI, the right way. We've seen other people using it the wrong way. And there are a lot of cool ways to use AI and leverage it, to make the great decisions, but also analyze the behavior. Understand, okay, we have heat maps on a website. So where are people clicking more? Why are they not clicking to the next step? Where is the friction? We try to find that to eliminate that, basically.
Yeah, George, I know, and I've been looking, as I said, online, doing a little bit of research, spoon feeding to the digital dominance. I'm just loving all the phrases, but there's context behind all your catchphrases. It's not just a case that you're coming up with jazzy words. You've got context behind it all. And I know you guys are on a massive growth spurt. You just seem to be absolutely everywhere. Caesar, why is it always that this guy's on the front page of all these international magazines? Are you the gray man? Is that what it is?
I like to rest in the shadows, but no, but the truth is, I have a few coming out as well. But the thing is, this guy's brain he's the architect, right? I mean, he literally, when he gets on that computer and we do our discovery calls with our clients together, him and I mastermind offline. And then when he gets in front of, he's like a kid. He goes like a kid with a crayon, right? He just starts mapping out this strategy. But we use like these tools online, and he's literally there, like we call it a funnel map. Right? So we funnel map out the entire strategy to give a visual representation of how your marketing strategy is going to go to market. And literally everything from how many video ads, what are the hooks, what is the copy that's going with this? right? And we do, and then this part of it we do with our team. Of course, we have copywriters, we have our graphic designers, which, by the way, our team won 3 prestigious awards in 3 major categories for design, art direction, and web development. So in those 3, we took first in all 3 categories, and we could have taken first in more, but those were the first 3, and we were super excited about it. So our team is phenomenal when it comes to that stuff. So serving digital dominance isn't just about the advertising itself; it's the full approach. It's hitting it from everywhere.
And something to add here as well. So he's not in the magazines yet. He's coming very soon. The reason everything we do, and that goes back to strategy as well. What we're saying before, everything is strategic. Like, because we do the same thing for ourselves. Like, there is a reason why we're rebranded now. There's a reason why we came up with the new bold titles. Like you said, they're catchy, they're different, but we really back this up with our actions and our results and what we do. And there is a reason why we started like that. Tommy, I think you saw already, I started with the good, the bad, and the ugly of marketing, which is an Instagram series that I was doing. It started getting a lot of attention. So we wanted to, ride the wave, basically. So I started getting the attention. I've had contacts in the PR space as well because of music. I've done magazine covers before, interviews, all this good stuff. So I wanted to just change the perspective of, for people to understand, okay, these guys are doing both, and he's here to also on the business side to take it all. And we're shifting gears now. We're going to be very aggressive. You're going to see our faces everywhere, and we're going to do also some joint ones.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And I'm just moving on to that. That exact subject. I'm a great believer. If you can't prove it, don't talk about it. And all the statements that you guys are making, I've researched. I've seen the awards online, the credible awards, everything that you're doing, the major partners, the clients that you've got, the international expansion plans you've got are amazing. The fact that you've agreed to come and support Let's Talk Cyber at JISEC, the largest cyber event in the UAE, very shortly. We're over the moon because we know you guys have got so much to bring to that marketplace. For these forward-thinking CEOs that are in that region that are looking to, capitalize on the time and do something special when it comes to their brand, what are the kind of things that you'd recommend that they should think about for future-proofing their growth when it comes to marketing? Just give us 1 or 2 analogies. George, you give us one. Caesar, you give us one. So we know this is the genuine double act, guys. That's what we need.
Let's go, baby.
So for us, it's mainly, we want to position ourselves at the front line, first of all. This is why we chose JISEC as well. And, it was a great opportunity, and we discussed that. And thank you for giving us that stage over there, which is very important for us to have the right vehicle to go out there.
Yep.
We believe on that. And like I said, I mentioned vehicle, and this is exactly what we built for CEOs and big companies. We try to get them the right marketing vehicle, the right offer, structure everything for them, make it predictable, make it fast, and make sure we're on point. These are not just the funnels. We're talking about decision-making machines. Like you have to have an engine there to work this out the right way. So I would say, like, if you're a CEO today and you're wondering, do I own a system that builds, trust? It automates the emotion of the consumer, like through the journey, and is it does it comply with the market, and will my market buy something like that? Then if that question is no, you're left behind.
Yeah, I'm going to jump in to my next question. Let's talk innovation, Caesar. Okay, I've got $100,000 today, and I want to give you that $100,000 to help me get leads, to close deals. How would you deploy it in the differently? What would you do that would make that investment different in order to give me maximum penetration in the market? $100,000 is no small change.
I like that. One of the things that we really pride ourselves on is being out of the box thinkers. We are always ahead of the times, right? So Facebook changed the way that they allow, or now known as Meta. Meta changed the way that people could interest-based target when it comes to marketing. So if you go back to like 95 or 96, right, roughly around that time, or even in the 2000s,
15, 16.
The targeting was so on point. You could literally just throw a coffee cup up on Facebook and run an ad for coffee lovers, and you would sell out your coffee cups in 2 days. Now so much has changed with FCC guidelines and interest-based targeting. So we saw this coming. So we started planning years ago for the future on how to circumnavigate legally using white hat techniques, of course, how to still keep our customers in the forefront of modern day marketing, right? So George and I, one night, you know, like entrepreneurs do, we're up late burning that midnight oil. We came up with this strategy idea. And of course, another play on words, as you know, we like our catchphrases.
Oh, yeah,
We coined it the Trojan horse strategy, okay? And the Trojan horse strategy is exactly what it is. If you know the story of the Trojan horse,
Yep.
It is a way to cut through the red tape and position complex markets like financial health, things that are a little harder to market online. We have the solution. So if you have a business that's anything to do with investments, silver and gold, insurance, different things like that, Facebook and Google will actually limit what you can do, what you can say, how you can present it. We have a strategy to get your message clearly to the audience. And I can't give you much more than that, Tommy, because then
no,
you'd have to outside.
that's the secret sauce. That's the secret sauce.
And that is cyber as well, by the way.
Yes.
That's also cyber and a few other industries that it's very powerful with a different way, but it's it's very powerful.
I know, and ironically, we were brought together by a mutual business contact who works in the cyberspace. And this is the great thing about this digital globe that we're all now functioning in. You know, we became, you know, contacts through a third party who's both clients of ours, which is the bizarrest thing, who's also seen the value and the dynamic opportunities that the UAE offer. It doesn't come without its challenges. The streets aren't quite paved in gold. There's plenty of toilets that are, I have to say, plenty of toilets that are clad in gold. But, you know, you're moving into Dubai's booming innovation scene, guys. You know, you're going to have to bring something unique to the marketplace. And there's no question, if you're like me and you're listening, you do your own research and you check out Silver Spoon Agency, you're going to see a lot of things that are so different about the way you guys go about your business. We're delighted to say that our good American friends are joining the UK pavilion. Yes, and they can, because you've got a UK office as well. You guys are so international. Fellas, I wish we could talk all day. The time is limited. It just leaves me to say one thing. George, hail Caesar. Caesar from Silver Spoon Agency, thank you so much for joining me on Let's Talk Cyber.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Tommy. Thank you so much. Always
Thanks,
a pleasure.
guys.
See you there. See you in Dubai.
See you, JISEC.
You better believe it. Don't forget, folks, Silver Spoon Agency, the UK Pavilion, Hall 5, JISEC. Oh, and let's not even mention the amazing VIP party we're going to throw on the 8th. But that's top secret. Thanks,
and one
guys.
thing that a rockstar knows is how to throw a party.
How to party. You better believe it. Thanks, fellas.